Well, the biggest thing, that came out of tonight's game from a coaching perspective is just we have to find a way to get our rotation down to where we're not breaking guys from their rhythm. We've got so many players who deserve to play and who can play, and it's just we've got to figure out timing, how long they stay on the court, who comes in, who plays together well. It's just we've got 13 guys that that can play. There's not a whole lot of separation between a lot of them, so we've got to figure that out. But the stat, to answer your question, that stands out tonight was we gave up too many offensive rebounds, and I think we'll be a pretty good defensive rebounding team.
Got off to a hot start at the beginning, and especially led by Wesley and his shooting. What did you attribute that hot start to?
Well, he's a three-point shooter, and when he makes shots early, and that just everybody feeds off of that, and it just makes everything easier because when you're putting three on that scoreboard, 2 or 3 times down court like he did, it just got everybody going, and I think it got everybody's confidence. But I thought the guy who really set the tone for us throughout the whole game was Devon Walker with his effort. If you look at the stat sheet, he stuffed it everywhere, and he just plays so hard. I think people are going to really feed off his energy.
Yeah, speaking of Devon, he had 2 great dunks that the crowd really seemed to enjoy. His athleticism, is that something that we can expect to see for the rest of the season?
No doubt. He'll just get better and better because he had a knee injury a couple years ago, and he'll get his athleticism will just continue to improve. But he just plays so hard. He's unselfish. He had 6 assists, no turnovers. He's a guy that I think not only will our team feed off, but I think our fans will really appreciate watching him play and cause him to come out. The guy who's got to who's got to be better than he was tonight is Jordan. But in his defense, he just missed 13 straight days of practice of contact. He did some non-contact, but of contact because he had concussion symptoms. So he was really rusty tonight, but that's what we expected. He'll be a lot better than 3 for 12.
Alex Hicks in the starting lineup tonight, he had double-digit points. What did you see out of him?
Well, the first thing that really stands out when he gets between the lines there is just his natural talent and his natural feel for the game, things you can't coach. And that's what you need. We're all better coaches when we have better players, and Alex is one of those guys. He hadn't played in a year and a half. He's rusty, but once he got going out there tonight, I thought he was really good. And he's just going to get better and better as his leg strengthens, and he figures out how to play against bigger people.
And lastly, Kevin Baker as well, giving another deep threat to go along with Wesley. What was his game like tonight?
Well, we've seen it all summer long and all fall from him, and that's when I talk about people haven't seen what we see in practice every day. We've seen that, and that's what we expected. Now, my question to the coaches before the game was, can he do it with the lights on? We've seen him do it in practice. We've seen him doing it at scrimmage last weekend. He did it with the lights on tonight, and what he is, he's a gamer. He loves to play, but he's got to take that next step and be more of a thinker. And you saw that in those 2 fouls he had late in the game when you shouldn't be fouling 30 feet from the basket.
Okay, Coach, one last question. Besides Wesley, who is a player that we should be on the lookout for this season to show out this season?
Well, I'll tell you a guy who I think will surprise people, and again, it goes back to my original statement about trying to find a way to get guys on the floor. B.J. Miller is a guy who I thought really played well tonight, and we're trying to find out, where we can get him in there. We've got to have him on the floor somewhere. He does too many good things, and he showed some signs tonight of how good he can be. He played with poise, played with good mentality there, and he can really shoot the ball. He didn't make any threes tonight, but he's been lighting up. We've got several guys who are capable of doing some really good things, but B.J.'s a guy who really could make a dramatic jump from his freshman to sophomore year.
Well, first off, I was just glad to get back out there. New season here. New team. We're looking a whole lot better this year. So just to be able to get back out here and back playing, it was a good feeling.
You guys got a little cold coming out of the second half, then picked it up again. What did you guys need to do to make some adjustments to get back on track?
Oh, well, as a team, it's our first time coming out of half together, and we have to get better with that, coming out, being ready to play. But we'll be ready for that next week in our home opener. So, just main thing, just being ready to play from the jump, out the second half, and we'll be all right.
A lot of new guys had a lot of minutes. Devon Walker had some big dunks. What did you see out of his game tonight?
Oh, Devon Walker, he's a great player. He's our best all-around player. I mean, he does it all. He defends, he scores the ball, he distributes it, rebounds. He does it all for us. So he was a good pickup for us, and he's really gonna look to have a big year this year.
And you had another guy helping you out from deep, and Kevin Baker hitting some deep shots. What did you see from him?
Oh, Kevin Baker, he played well. He shoots the ball well. That's his strength right there, shooting the ball. And he actually defended well tonight too. He's a good defender as well. So Kevin, he's gonna have a solid year as well.
and you guys had 84, 86 points. That was your most since last November. Your hot scoring, what do you attribute that to?
Just, making shots, finding the open guy, dishing it, and just hitting the shots when you're open. We have a lot of shooters and the guys that can score the ball, so scoring 80 points or something like that is, it's nothing to us. We can do it at a nightly basis.